Hi, my name is Melinda Smith from Noble Works, the leading provider of Enneagram workshops in Australia. This video is part of a series about this ancient tool for personality profiling and development called the Enneagram. We've partnered with Port Stephens Council in New South Wales, Australia, to share our learnings about the value of using the Enneagram as a tool for personal and organisational transformation in the workplace. The Council has made a significant commitment during the past decade to develop staff to be the best they can be by using the Enneagram. Self-awareness is a key leadership competency. Self-aware people transform themselves and their organisations. In this episode, we'll be talking about the Enneagram Type 4. I'm here with Rosalind Marshall from Port Stephens Council, who is going to share with us how the knowledge of the Enneagram has improved and helped develop relationships and performance personally and professionally. Rosalind, thanks for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Can you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
I work at Port Stephens Council here as the Name and Address Register Officer. I've been here for 25 years. Prior to that, I was here 20 years. I left after 20 years to have my son, and then I came back to council and was fortunate enough to get a part-time job here, which I've been working 3 days a week for 25 years, and I find it a fabulous place to work.
So how are you using the Enneagram in your workplace?
I use it to be very aware of my personality more than other people's personality. Being a type 4, I'm very emotional, can have very horrible outbursts, and doing the Enneagram and realising what type I am has allowed me to pull that up a bit and slow down and take stock of how emotionally I'm feeling before I act on it. So it's helped me to deal with myself more and hopefully others around me and my team to deal with me and work with me and understand how I'm feeling as well.
That sounds transformative.
It is. Prior to doing Enneagram, I could never understand why I felt so different to everybody else. I could never understand why people wouldn't want to do things the same way as me, wouldn't allow me to do anything the way I wanted to do it, and I could never understand that. I could never understand why people wouldn't work as hard as I do. I actually get upset when people aren't working hard. I get upset when people break rules and don't abide by the rules, and I've had to learn through a type 4 that not everyone is the same, and I have to let go of that when it starts to stress me out.
So what are some of the gifts that a type 4 brings to an organisation? Because around the Enneagram we have 9 different types, all of them have gifts and strengths. What are those in particular for type 4?
Type 4 is supposed to be creative, which I'm sure they are, but I do lack trying to see where I'm creative, but also you're very sensitive, you're very aware of people's emotions, you're very aware of when people need someone to talk to, and you're compassionate to other people where others aren't. So it's good to be able to have people talk to you when you listen to them and open up about their feelings, because you like to open up about your feelings. So quite often if I open up first, which I always like to talk about my feelings, they start to open up and talk about theirs. And I think that I do help people out. I might not be aware of it, but I have been told afterwards that I did help them through situations.
So it sounds like the deep feelings and intense emotions of a 4 can be used in a productive way in the workplace.
In a positive way, yes.
So what have you learned about yourself in the workplace, how you operate productively, how the Enneagram has helped you to be even a better version of yourself?
I've learned that when I first learned about Enneagrams, I thought, how on earth do I ever get any work done with this emotional turmoil and outbursts? But I actually work as a type 1. When I'm at a normal, non-emotional, and I can take that emotion out of it and work on it, I work as a type 1. I'm very I like to get the job done. I like everything's done very correctly and properly, and I don't stop till it's finished. I don't like things not finished, and I work as a type 1. So I think I have learnt how to only be a type 4 outside of the actual work that I'm doing. Like I sit at my desk and do my work, I'm fine. I only become the 4 when I get involved in other conversations and socially at work and that way. Otherwise I work as a type 1 mostly.
So as a type 4 in the workplace, what are some of the strong points that you bring to your office environment as a type 4? Some of the strengths.
Some of the strengths are that you can see maybe when other people are struggling and not being listened to, when they're trying to have a voice in a meeting. And I go sometimes to even training or other meetings, and I think, well, why that person there's not the type of person that speaks up. They've got nothing to say, but I bet they've got a good idea. So sometimes in SWATs and meetings and stuff like that, I'll actually turn around, even though I'm not the leader, and I'll ask the other person, do you think that you could do something differently, or what do you think about that? Because I feel they're being left out. And that's the type 4 coming out in me again. So I can quite often, I get upset if I don't think everyone's had something to say, whether they wanted to or not. I like them to all contribute.
Well, speaking about things that might upset you, what are the stress and anger triggers for a type 4?
Unfortunately, type 4s can see straight through people, where we can tell when someone's fake, and I don't like that. I don't like when someone's not being their true self and pretending to be someone that they're not. That really upsets me. So I'm not very good at listening to politicians. That upsets me. I don't like people that break rules or don't follow the rules. I just find it unbelievable that they don't hand the timesheet in time, or just silly little things, but they still really, really upset you if they're not applying the rules of the organisation.
Okay, so if I'm working with a type 4 in the workplace, what can I build on to have a really good working relationship with a type 4?
Understand we're very emotional. We get stressed very easily. To possibly have more understanding that you are an emotional person and that you feel for people, and allow that person to allow you to be yourself, not try to change you, because some people just expect you to be like they are, and you're just not, because you're just completely different to everybody else. Be aware that we can sometimes have outbursts and we can be envious, and be more understanding of that. And maybe praise. Type 4s actually like to get praise and feel valued. We like feedback and praise.
Well, just wrapping up, what are your observations about the value to the organisation of being able to learn about and apply the knowledge of the Enneagram?
Invaluable. I work in business systems, which is the computer area, the software area where they write the programs, and everyone that I work with is not emotional at all, no empathy. So I've had to learn that's how they are. That doesn't mean they don't think I'm a valued employee. It's just not very often you get told or see your value in the team as well, in how you help them out or how you contribute to the place. So it's helped me to not let that upset me. I can get back to my desk and think, oh, you could have given me thanks, and I think, oh no, but that's just how you are, so that's okay. And years ago, I would just have these emotional outbursts all the time, and I've learnt as being a type 4 how to use my type more positively and not negatively, and it's really certainly helped me personally as well.
So it sounds like this self-awareness that you've gained from the Enneagram has really transformed your life.
Oh, most definitely has certainly transformed my life completely. I learned to walk away and go into another room instead of an emotional outburst or throwing something at my husband. I've learned to deal with children and siblings and brothers and sisters differently now.
And what's it like coming to work for an organisation that learns about and applies the knowledge of the Enneagram here at Port Stephens Council?
I'm fortunate enough to see where my husband works in an organisation where they don't do it, and the different types of personality, and he suffers badly trying to accept the different people that he goes out in the field with a different person each day, and he has these different personalities, and I try to teach him about that. I'm very, very fortunate that it's transformed my life and my working life, because I think those that take it upon board get on with each other better, and you work better as a team because everyone's got something different to contribute in a different way and bring out the best in each other and we can suppress the worst.
Rosalind, thank you for sharing your time and your journey today as a Type 4.
Thank you, you're welcome.
Thank you. Join us for another episode where you can learn more about each of the 9 Enneagram personality types as people share their journey, observations and insights. Also, check out our podcast series, Understanding Your Enneagram, on iTunes or our website.